What if I told you that something sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now, something millions of people eat every single day, is quietly changing your body in ways doctors are only just beginning to fully understand? We are not talking about some exotic superfood flown in from the Amazon rainforest. We are not talking about an expensive supplement. We are talking about peanut butter, plain, ordinary, delicious peanut butter. Doctors and researchers from top universities, including Harvard, Stanford, and the Mayo Clinic, have been studying what happens when you eat peanut butter every single day. And the results? Surprising, sometimes alarming, and for many people, absolutely life-changing. Today, we are going to walk you through everything doctors are warning about: the good, the bad, and the things nobody is talking about. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you will never look at that jar of peanut butter the same way again. Before we get into the surprising effects, let us make sure we understand what we are actually talking about. Because not all peanut butter is created equal, and this distinction matters enormously for everything we are about to discuss. Peanut butter, at its most basic, is simply ground peanuts. Peanuts themselves are technically legumes. They belong to the same plant family as beans and lentils. But nutritionally, they behave more like nuts, which is why we think of them the way we do. A standard 2 tablespoon serving of natural peanut butter contains approximately 190 calories, 16 grams of fat, mostly healthy unsaturated fat, 7 to 8 grams of protein, 6 to 7 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, and key vitamins and minerals, including vitamin E, magnesium, phosphorus, niacin, and manganese. Now here is where it gets important. There are 2 very different categories of peanut butter on grocery store shelves. Natural peanut butter is made from just peanuts, maybe a little salt. That is it. The oil separates to the top. This is the version most doctors refer to when they discuss health benefits. Processed peanut butter is your commercial brands loaded with added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and stabilizers to prevent oil separation. This version tells a very different health story. Throughout this video, when doctors say peanut butter, they generally mean the natural kind. Keep that in mind. All right, now that we have set the stage, let us get into the effects. And we are starting with something that affects hundreds of millions of people around the world. For decades, peanut butter was viewed with suspicion by the medical community. High in fat, must be bad for the heart. That was the thinking. But modern research has flipped that narrative almost entirely, with some important caveats. A landmark study published in the New England Journal of Medicine followed over 100,000 participants and found that people who consumed nuts, including peanuts, at least 5 times a week, had a significantly lower risk of dying from heart disease compared to those who rarely or never ate them. Why? Let us break it down. The majority of fat in peanut butter is monounsaturated fat, the same type found in olive oil. This type of fat actively helps lower LDL cholesterol, that is the bad cholesterol, while maintaining or even increasing HDL cholesterol, the good kind. Peanut butter also contains oleic acid, a specific fatty acid that research shows may help reduce inflammation in arterial walls, reducing the risk of atherosclerosis, the hardening and narrowing of arteries that leads to heart attacks and strokes. Additionally, peanuts are one of the richest plant-based sources of resveratrol. Yes, the same compound found in red wine that has long been associated with heart health. Dr. Frank Sachs of the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health has stated in published research that replacing saturated fats in the diet with unsaturated fats, like those in peanut butter, can reduce cardiovascular disease risk by up to 30%. But here is the warning doctors are raising. If you are eating the processed, sugary, hydrogenated oil version of peanut butter, you may be cancelling out every single one of those heart benefits and potentially making things worse. Hydrogenated oils create trans fats, which are strongly linked to increased heart disease risk. The message from cardiologists is clear. Choose natural peanut butter, watch your portions, and your heart may thank you for it. This is the one that surprises most people. Peanut butter is calorie-dense. 2 tablespoons clock in around 190 calories. So logic says, Eat peanut butter every day and you will gain weight, right? Not necessarily. In fact, research suggests the opposite may be true if you eat it the right way. A study from Purdue University found that people who added peanuts and peanut butter to their diet did not gain the expected amount of weight because peanuts have a unique way of suppressing appetite. Here is the science. Peanut butter is a triple satiety food. It contains protein, healthy fat, and fiber. 3 macronutrients that work together to slow digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and signal your brain that you are full. The result? You eat less throughout the rest of the day. This phenomenon is so well documented that researchers have given it a name: dietary compensation. Your body naturally compensates for the calories in peanut butter by reducing hunger signals later. Furthermore, some of the calories in peanut butter are simply not absorbed. Studies show that because peanut cell walls are difficult to fully break down in the digestive tract, roughly 20% of the fat calories in whole peanuts, and some in peanut butter, pass through the body without being absorbed. However, doctors strongly caution that this is not a license to eat peanut butter by the jar. Portion control still matters, and if you are adding peanut butter on top of your regular caloric intake without adjusting anything else, yes, you will gain weight. The benefits appear specifically when peanut butter replaces less satisfying, lower nutrient snacks. Before we go further, if you are finding this information valuable, please take 2 seconds right now and hit that subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. We cover important health topics like this every week, backed by real research. You do not want to miss what is coming next, especially the effect on your brain, which most people have absolutely no idea about. Hit subscribe and let us keep going. Here is one of the most medically significant findings around peanut butter, and it directly impacts the over 400 million people worldwide living with diabetes or pre-diabetes. Despite containing carbohydrates, peanut butter has a remarkably low glycemic index, typically rated at just 14 out of 100. For context, white bread scores around 75. This means peanut butter causes a very slow, gradual rise in blood sugar rather than a spike. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that women who consumed peanut butter 5 or more times per week had a 27% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who rarely ate it. The mechanisms behind this are fascinating. First, the protein and fat in peanut butter slow the absorption of any carbohydrates consumed alongside it. So if you eat peanut butter on whole grain toast, the spike from the toast is significantly blunted. Second, peanut butter is rich in magnesium, a mineral that plays a crucial role in insulin sensitivity. Many people with type 2 diabetes are deficient in magnesium, and research suggests this deficiency may actually worsen insulin resistance. Third, peanut butter contains niacin, also known as vitamin B3, which supports healthy pancreatic function, the organ responsible for producing insulin. Doctors do issue this caution, however. People who already have diabetes need to watch the carbohydrate content carefully and choose natural peanut butter with no added sugar. Commercial brands with added sweeteners can spike blood sugar precisely when you do not want it to. Now, here is the one that genuinely surprises people. Peanut butter, eaten daily, may have measurable effects on your brain health and cognitive function. Peanuts are one of the richest dietary sources of niacin, also known as vitamin B3. Niacin deficiency has been directly linked to cognitive decline, and some researchers believe adequate niacin intake may play a protective role against neurodegenerative diseases. A study from Rush University Medical Center in Chicago, a long-running study tracking elderly participants over years, found that high niacin intake from food sources was associated with a significantly lower risk of Alzheimer's disease and a slower rate of age-related cognitive decline. But that is not all. Remember that resveratrol compound we mentioned earlier. It is not just a heart helper. Resveratrol has been shown in multiple studies to cross the blood-brain barrier, the protective layer around your brain, and may help reduce the buildup of amyloid plaques, one of the hallmark features of Alzheimer's disease. Peanut butter is also rich in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects brain cells from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is like rust on your brain cells, gradually breaking them down over time. Vitamin E acts as a shield. And then there is something called tryptophan, an amino acid found in peanuts that your body converts into serotonin, the neurotransmitter most associated with mood, well-being, and emotional stability. Eating peanut butter may, literally, contribute to a better mood. Doctors caution that peanut butter alone is not a cure or prevention for any neurological condition, but as part of an overall brain-healthy diet, the data is encouraging. Athletes and fitness enthusiasts have been reaching for peanut butter for decades, and science is backing them up. With roughly 7 to 8 grams of protein per 2 tablespoon serving, peanut butter is a meaningful source of plant-based protein. While it does not contain the complete amino acid profile of animal proteins, it provides several key amino acids essential for muscle repair and growth, particularly arginine, which plays a role in circulation and nitrogen production in muscles. For endurance athletes, the combination of slow-digesting fats and protein in peanut butter makes it an excellent pre-workout fuel source. It provides sustained energy without the blood sugar crash associated with high-carbohydrate snacks. Post-workout, peanut butter consumed alongside a carbohydrate source, such as banana or whole grain bread, provides the protein-carb combination shown to be most effective for muscle glycogen replenishment and recovery. Sports medicine doctors do note that peanut butter alone is not sufficient protein for serious athletes. Serious muscle-building programs require higher total protein intake from varied sources. Think of peanut butter as a valuable contributor, not a standalone solution. We are getting to the most important part of this video, the warnings doctors specifically want you to hear about eating peanut butter every day. This is information that could genuinely affect your health, so make sure you stay to the end. And if you have not already, please hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second, it helps this information reach more people who need it, and it genuinely means a lot to us. Also hit subscribe if you have not. You can do both right now while I keep talking. Let us go. All right, everything we have covered so far has been largely positive, but this is where we need to slow down because doctors have very specific and important warnings about peanut butter that millions of people are ignoring. The first warning is about aflatoxin contamination. Peanuts are susceptible to a mold called Aspergillus flavus, which produces toxic compounds called aflatoxins. These are among the most potent naturally occurring carcinogens known to science, meaning they can promote cancer formation with repeated exposure. Now, in developed countries with strong food safety regulation, like the United States, the UK, Canada, and Australia, aflatoxin levels in commercial peanut butter are heavily monitored and generally kept well below dangerous thresholds. However, peanut butter from poorly regulated sources or homemade peanut butter from improperly stored peanuts can contain unsafe levels. The warning from doctors: buy peanut butter from reputable, well-regulated manufacturers. Store it properly, and if you are making your own, source your peanuts carefully. The second warning is about omega-6 imbalance. Peanut butter is high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6 is not inherently bad, but the problem is that most modern diets are already dramatically skewed toward omega-6 and away from omega-3. This imbalance promotes systemic inflammation in the body, a root driver of heart disease, arthritis, depression, and certain cancers. If your overall diet is already heavy in vegetable oils, processed foods, and meat, and you are then adding daily peanut butter on top, you may be significantly worsening your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. Doctors recommend balancing this by also consuming omega-3 rich foods, fatty fish, flaxseed, walnuts, or a high-quality omega-3 supplement. The third warning is about sodium content. Many commercial peanut butter brands, including some marketed as natural, contain significant amounts of added sodium. Some brands pack in 150 to 250 milligrams of sodium per serving. For people managing high blood pressure, kidney disease, or heart failure, This can be a meaningful concern, especially if peanut butter is eaten daily. Doctors advise read the label, look for unsalted natural varieties, or factor the sodium into your daily total. The fourth warning is about oxalates and kidney stones. Peanuts are moderately high in oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can bind with calcium in the urinary tract and form kidney stones. For individuals who have a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, the most common type, daily peanut butter consumption may increase the risk of recurrence. Urologists frequently counsel their kidney stone patients to limit peanut and peanut butter intake as part of a broader dietary strategy. The fifth warning is the most serious of all: peanut allergy. This one is obvious, but it must be said clearly. Peanut allergy is one of the most common and severe food allergies in the world. It affects approximately 1 to 3% of the population in Western countries and is responsible for the majority of fatal food allergy reactions. Reactions can range from mild hives to anaphylaxis, a life-threatening full-body allergic response that can cause the throat to close within minutes. If you have any suspected sensitivity to peanuts, see an allergist before consuming peanut butter daily. This is not optional advice. So after everything we have learned, how much peanut butter should you actually eat per day if you want the benefits without the downsides? The consensus from registered dietitians and doctors leans toward 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, roughly 95 to 190 calories worth. This amount is enough to provide meaningful protein and healthy fat, help stabilize blood sugar, deliver key micronutrients like vitamin E, magnesium, and niacin, and support satiety and weight management, without pushing omega-6 levels into problematic territory or dramatically impacting sodium or calorie intake. The best times to eat it? Doctors and nutritionists often recommend morning, on whole grain toast or stirred into oatmeal for sustained morning energy. Pre-workout, 30 to 60 minutes before exercise for slow-burning fuel, or as a snack, with apple slices or celery to control afternoon hunger. What they advise against: eating multiple large servings throughout the day, using peanut butter as a meal replacement, or adding it to an already calorie-dense meal. We have mentioned this throughout the video, but let us make it crystal clear. Choose natural peanut butter. Look for a label with only 2 ingredients: peanuts and possibly salt. That is it. Avoid added sugars. Look for the words sugar, cane syrup, or molasses in the ingredients. Avoid partially hydrogenated oils. These are trans fats. And avoid palm oil, which is often added as a stabilizer and is debated both nutritionally and environmentally. Yes, natural peanut butter needs to be stirred. Yes, the oil separates. That is not a flaw. That is what real peanut butter looks like. Some excellent choices include organic, single-ingredient peanut butter from brands committed to aflatoxin testing and quality sourcing. Many store brands now offer natural versions at very affordable prices. Peanut butter is one of those foods that genuinely earns its place in a healthy diet, when you choose the right kind and eat it in the right amounts. It supports your heart, your brain, your blood sugar, your muscles, and your weight management goals. But it is not magic, it is not without risk, and it is not one size fits all. The biggest takeaway from today: what you eat matters, how much you eat matters, and the quality of what you eat matters most of all. Now, if you found this video helpful, please do these 2 things for us right now. Give this video a like. It takes 1 second and it tells us that this kind of content matters to you. Hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss our next video. We publish new health research every week, and next time we are diving into something that affects almost every adult over 40 that most doctors do not bring up until it is too late. You do not want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of your health, because nobody else is going to do it for you. We will see you in the next one.